everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today's class is a flexibility class, and we are going to be using a strap. So if you have a yoga strap at home, great. If you don't, you can use any kind of belt or even a scarf, but the longer the better. Okay, so if you need to pause the video and go grab that, feel free to go do that. We are focusing today on flexibility. And so there's so much that can be said about flexibility, but to keep it short and sweet, we know that a flexible mind supports a flexible body, and a flexible body supports a flexible mind. And the best, most efficient communication tool between the two is the breath. And so a slow, steady breath will help us access flexibility of both our mind and our bodies. And so we'll focus on that today, and we'll get some help from the strap. So to begin, you can sit on your heels, just like I'm doing here, and you're going to hold your strap about shoulder width apart, right out in front of you. Lift the strap overhead, and let's just hold it here. Feel your shoulder blades slide down your back body. Knit your front ribs back in space. Close the eyes. And find a gentle lift through your torso, side body gets long, while also feeling grounded through the legs and the tailbone. And see if you can tune into your breath here. Arms might feel a little tingly, a little tired. That's okay, just stay with it. Tuning into sensation and establishing a nice clear connection with the rhythm of your breath. And from here, we're just going to move through this a little bit. So we're going to keep the arms up for the inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the strap just behind the head, drop the elbows down towards the ribs. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale. And you can really squeeze the elbows in towards your midline. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale. And exhale. We'll add a little bit on here. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower them down in front of you. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring the strap behind. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Building energy through the shoulder joints and the arms, upper body. Good. And now this time, open up the strap a little wider. So your hands are a little wider than shoulder. Actually, quite a bit wider. And then we're going to drop one hand down to the floor, holding the strap nice and taut. We're going to bend the top arm. So you have to figure out what the right length of the strap is in order for you to feel the lengthening and opening through the side body, but also keeping that strap taut, straight and tight. And you can lift up. So lifting up that side body, up and out, making a little C-curve shape with the torso. Elbow pointing up towards the ceiling and the hip drawing down to the ground. Good, and let's lift up and over to the other side, bend the other elbow, pin the strap down to the mat. If one of your sides are longer than the other, which is the case for me, you might have to adjust the length of the strap on the second side. flow through this a little bit. Inhale through center and exhale. Inhale up and exhale, plant. One more time each side. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up and exhale. Good. Inhale, bring it right back up. Now your arms are as wide as you want them to be. We're going to do a pretty full shoulder rotation. So we're going to bring the strap up and overhead and all the way back behind us until our arms or strap come all the way back and down. Inhale, lift it all the way back up, making a circle over the head and down to your lap. So if this is tricky, you don't want to force. You may want to widen your hold on your strap. The wider you are on the strap, the more accessible the rotation will become. I feel the whole shoulder girdle working together, opening the chest up, squeeze behind you, and lift overhead. Let's do that one more time. Feels so good. Good, and release the strap down. Wiggle around your fingers if you were gripping the strap. You won't want to create any tension in the hands, so just shake out the hands a little bit. Loosey-goosey, loosey-goosey. Good. And now we've been sitting on our heels for a while, so let's stretch out the back of our legs. Come right into your downward dog. Walk the legs out one at a time, lengthening out the legs and the back body. Taking a couple more breaths here. Pressing into the palms to lengthen up the spine, reaching the hips up and back, broadening through the shoulders. Good, and coming forward to your plank pose, you can drop the knees right down if you'd like to, and come onto your belly. Bringing the arms out wide, inhale and lift. Hold here, so front of the pelvis is pressing down, inner thighs are turning up towards the ceiling. Lifting the heart, extending through the crown of the head so the spine is still long, and really only coming up as much as you feel comfortable, so no compression or pain in the back. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Tuck your toes and slide the hips back to child's pose. Come onto the heels of your hands, fingertips pointing up. And then spring yourself back up into downward dog. One breath. And now walk your hands back towards your feet. And lift the arms up overhead. Good. Exhale, arms behind you, interlace. Lift the heart. And dive back down, folding over the legs. Noticing where your weight is distributed over the legs. And then slowly release the hands back down to the floor. And walk the hands back out to downward facing dog. Inhaling. Exhale. Come forward to your plank pose, either lowering straight down or drop to the knees and come down. Widen the arms. Inhale. Lift the heart up. And coming right back down, lower. Hands under the shoulders. Slip the hips back. Stretch out. Dig the heels of the hands down. Lower the head. Good, and back to downward facing dog. So next we're going to come onto our backs, and I'm going to tell you how to do that, but we are going to bring the strap with us. So make sure you grab it on the way down. Walk your hands to the front of your mat towards your, walk the feet towards the front of your mat towards your hands. Inhale, lengthen up here, and then exhale, just come to your seat and grab hold of your strap. Roll right onto your back. And just have the strap beside you for now. Bring the right knee into your chest. Hug it in nice and close. A little compression of the tummy and the organs. Extend the left leg long. So left leg is active. Back of the thigh, back of the calf is gently pressing down. Foot is flexed. From here, you're going to take your strap and you're going to loop it around the ball of your foot. And press the foot towards the ceiling, straightening the legs. So depending on how long your strap is, you may or may not be able to rest the back of the arms down on the mat. If you can, that's what I'd like you to do. If the strap is long enough, bring the hands right down, resting the whole back of the arms, triceps, backs of the shoulders, grounding down into the mat as you press the strap away with the foot. Now if you have a shorter belt or strap, it's fine if you're reaching up towards the foot a little bit and the shoulders peel up, that's fine. So there's some resistance here. You're pulling the strap down, you're planting the shoulders down, and the foot is trying to stretch the strap up towards the ceiling. Slow and steady. So it's not with all the force that you could possibly muster up. It's with relative force in order to increase flexibility and opening in the back of the leg, something that you can sustain and breathe through. And if this does become intense for you, notice how your breath can help you stay with it, and how when you stay with it, you quite efficiently reach new levels of flexibility in the body. Your breath is your secret tool. We're going to bring both sides of the strap into your right hand and bring the right leg out over to the right. Now I like to take my left hand onto my left hip to stay grounded and maintain that sensation of staying grounded so I'm not rolling away with my legs. So if you're quite open here with the leg, you can also think about bringing it up towards the face. So out to the side and up. Hold and breathe here. Again, arms and shoulders are grounding down. And then we're going to bring the leg all the way back up to center and over across the body to the left. I'm going to bring my right hand now to my hip. My left hand is holding the strap. I am pressing into the strap with the ball of my right foot, especially the pinky edge of my foot, because I'm now lengthening the outside of my leg. And I'm really feeling that, traveling the outside of my leg right into my outer hip. And then bring it all the way back up to center, and you can release your strap. And just hug that right knee in nice and close. Lengthen it out, and slowly lower it all the way down. Again, let's do left side. Draw the left knee in. Hug it in, hug it in. Right leg is nice and active. Very intentionally placed. Good, and let's take the strap once again and loop the left foot. Try trying to make either side of the strap that's draping down equal in length to some degree. And let's start here. Planting shoulders, arms down if possible. Activate the toes. Make space between the toes. That'll really help you in pressing and stretching your strap. Of course, this is a pose you can do for a very long period of time. A nice way to kind of relax on your back. And if it's a day when you feel like you don't want to be doing a lot of big challenging standing sequence, you can spend quite a bit of time playing on your back. It can be very restorative, especially with the use of props like a strap. And then we're going to bring that leg over to the left. See if you can stay planted through your right side as that leg gently falls open. What role does your breath have to play here? And then gently pulling that leg right back through center and just slightly over to the right. The left hand could stay at the hip crease. Right hand holds the strap. Activate that foot, especially pinky edge. Press it away from the hip. And the hip draws in the opposing direction towards the ground. Good, and back through center. Release your strap to your side. Hug the left knee in nice and close. Straighten out the leg. And then slowly lower it down. Hopefully feeling much more openness and fluidity through the legs. Draw both knees in towards the armpits. Hug them in. Good, and roll yourself forward and come into your downward dog. Get off our backs just for a little. Reverse the blood flow again. Walk the feet out. Now walk the hands towards the feet. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to rise all the way up. All the way back down. Walk the hands forward. Down dog. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling your down dog. Exhale. Walk the hands back. Inhale. We'll come all the way up to stretch. And exhale, fold at the hips all the way back. Walk it to down dog. And then walk it back to the toes. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale. All the way back to the dog. Last time, stay here. Exhale. Good, come to the tippy toes. Step or hop to the front of your mat. And drop your hips. We're coming back down again. So come to your seat. Roll yourself back to your back and bring your strap with you. Just have it by your side for now. The right foot will come on top of the left knee, opening up into your figure 4. So right knee gets sent away. Draw in the left knee, holding on to the back of the thigh or front of the knee. just taking a couple of breaths here, encouraging the right knee with your right elbow to move away from the chest. Slow, steady breaths. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to loop the strap around the foot again. Now, it might be a little awkward for you to get to it this time. And we're going to straighten out the left leg. Okay, and here you're going to want to hold the strap as close to the floor as you really can. And we're going to slowly lower both of the legs down, keeping this formation. They're going to hover over the ground, and then we're going to lift it back up. So it's a little bit of core, a little bit of arms, everything moving together. Okay, exhale as we come down, and we inhale as we come up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. Good. You're going to remove the strap. And you're going to lift the right leg up and cradle the leg as much as you can so the foot can go into the nook of your elbow. And you're going to lower the left leg down and lift it up. So my head, neck, and shoulders are off the ground. I'm holding the shin, and I'm lifting and lowering the left leg. So if you want to drop the lift and lower, you can simply just hover here and let the left leg float. Keep squeezing. It's a bit of a mini crunch here, so it's core engagement. And we're drawing the right calf towards the belly, or perhaps even towards the chest. Good. Bend the left knee and release the right leg down. Let's do the other side. Left foot comes across the knee. Draw it in. Hold it close. And give this side a few breaths in this formation. Of course, you can always stay where you are, but if you did the first side, best to do the left side too, the second side too. So right foot is now in the strap. You're going to keep that left foot very active, and we're going to slowly lower and lift. So we inhale here, and exhale, lower. The hips, lower the legs down, fronts of the hips open up, and then using the hip flexors, we lift back up. Good. So arms, hips, abdominals, all working collaboratively to make this work. One piece, one machine with several pieces. Again, the option to take out the movement, of course, is always there. Good, and we're going to release the strap. Just careful with the buckle that you don't hit yourself in the face. And then we're going to lift up and cradle the left leg. Wrap the arms around. If you can't get all the way around, you could always just hold on to the ankle and the knee. Just keep the foot flexed so you're not tickling the ankle. And the right leg will hover. Good. An option to lift and lower. Good. And lower the right foot down, release the left foot. Maybe just a little gentle sway through the knees side to side. Good. Crossing at the ankles, give yourself a little roll and come into your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up and back here. And then exhale, step it forward. You're going to take your strap, and you're just going to place the strap under the ball of the front foot. We're coming into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Your back foot can either be pointing straight forward or slightly off on an angle, up to you. And the legs can be as wide as you'd like as well. So if your balance is a little off, feel free to widen the stance. Here's a nice way to come into Parsvottanasana without the block. If the floor feels far away, grab hold of either side of the strap, come to a flat back, send the hips back, crown of the head forward, pull on the strap as the foot presses the strap down. So that activation of the foot through the balls will help release any tension you might get through the knees here. So we don't never want to lock the knees, but it's helpful to engage the foot, taking the pressure off the knees. So wherever you're at, maybe you're all the way up here, with every breath you can see if you can walk the hands down the strap maybe a little bit and getting a little bit closer to your foot. And perhaps you're someone who doesn't need the strap and you can just come right to the floor. Might be fun to just explore the strap because you have this ability to pull and create resistance that you wouldn't have without the strap. So the strap is a really wonderful prop in that it helps us go deeper. It acts as a connector between limbs, right? So if I couldn't reach the floor or the foot here, the strap actually acts as another limb to connect my arms to my leg or my arms to the floor. So it can be a wonderful source of support and allow us to experience a pose in an entirely new way that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. Good, and you can leave the strap right where it is, right across your mat, and step back to downward dog. We're going to do the other side. So left leg, inhale the leg up. And then step it forward and place the ball of the foot right on the strap. And step the back foot in slightly, decide what angle you should be at. Grab hold of the strap, lengthen out, look forward. And then exhale, pull on the strap, send the heart towards the leg. Slow, steady breaths. So from here, you're going to release the strap, and you're just going to simply twist and pivot the feet off to the side, to the right. You're going to come to stand nice and slow, wide legs. So here's a fun variation of a wide-legged forward bend. You're going to take the strap or belt and create a fairly small loop for your wrists. So if you're using a scarf, you can just tie a knot. But I would say that the loop is about 6 inches wide, something like that. And you're going to slide your hands inside the loop behind your back, kind of like yoga handcuffs. Okay, so you have them here behind your back, wide legs. Now, before we come down to fold, I want you to think about drawing the shoulder blades back together behind your heart, send them down your back body, and even though we're drawing the shoulder blades together, I want you to think about pulling your lower arms and wrists away from each other, like you're trying to break free, like they're trying to stretch and widen the loop. So it's a really nice active bind. Okay, inhale here. And then exhale, fold at the hips, slowly coming over, bring the arms overhead. Hands are super active, wrists pulling away from each other. Drop the head. Holding here, let's do 5 breaths. Notice if after a few breaths you're able to rotate even more so, fold even deeper. Put a gentle bend in your knees and slowly start to come up. Ooh, nice. Good. We're going to come to find a seat now. Come to find a seat at the front of your mat or wherever you have space to recline, because we will recline. So we're going to do a variation of Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. The soles of the feet are together, knees are wide. And we're going to use the strap to support this pose, to kind of hold us in and support the back when we come down. So you're going to take the strap and make sure it's flat, wrap it around your waist, pretty low where your belt line might be. I guess it depends on how high-waisted your pants are. But let's say it's around your low waist. And the strap is even in length on either side. Okay, and then you're going to come to the inside of the legs, lift the feet up and cross under the feet, crisscross, and come back up. Okay, so now you have 2 short straps here. And then you can either loop it to tighten it around the feet, or you can just tie a knot. If it's long enough, just tie a knot, holding it in. So it looks kind of funny. At first it looks like, uncomfortable, but I find that this provides a lot of comfort here. It kind of holds my pose in. And so as I start to come back and we recline, it supports my back in a little baby back bend. It draws the heels in maybe a little closer and keeps the legs weighing down. So of course you can play with this if you need to. If you need to loosen the strap, loosen it, tighten it, whatever you need. You can stay upright. You can come and stay as I am on my elbows. Or some of you may want to recline all the way down in full recline butterfly. And choose your variation. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. You're welcome to stay here longer if you want to. It's your time, your choice. But otherwise, we're going to bring the legs up so we can release the loop. Good. You can stay on your back. I'm just going to wiggle the strap out from under you. And I'm going to give you a new variation of the pose we did at the beginning. So option 1 is strap around the ball of the foot, extend the leg up. You can keep the left knee bent or keep it straight. Okay, option 2 is you're going to loop the strap pretty big. It's like, I'd say, the biggest loop that you can make with whatever it is that you're using at home. Okay, and you're going to loop around the foot and around the head. So it looks scary at first, but it's actually quite fantastic. Now just make sure that if you have a metal buckle that it's not behind the head, because that's not comfortable. Hold the strap wide around the head. Now the placement of the strap on the head is towards the crown, so it's not right at the back, it's towards the upper third of your head. And then you're going to slowly let the head come down to the floor, shoulders are down, foot is flexed, leg is straight. Now you can stay here holding onto the strap. Some of you just might want to let go and open the arms nice and wide or reach them up overhead. So it's a nice way to support this stretch and inversion of the leg without having to hold on to it either with your arms or with your core. Strap is providing you with that support. So of course, if your strap is too short, this is a tricky one, and I suggest just doing the first variation. I did want to share it just because it is a really fun one, and for me it feels great. I hope it feels great for you too. So you can keep the left knee bent, keep the strap around your head, and just bend the right leg, release the foot, put it down, and then slide the left foot in. And straighten the leg. You can widen the strap around the head just as you get your alignment in place. And then you can release the strap. Just make sure the head is weighing down the strap. And arms can come out by your sides or right overhead. You can release the strap and just lift it up over the head and place it behind you. Let's just draw the knees in for a hug here. Rolling it out side to side or in circles. And when you're ready, stretch your legs out nice and long, arms by your side. And you can take a shavasana of any length that feels appropriate for you today. And once you get yourself ready in shavasana, take a nice big deep breath in, slow, steady exhale. Just tuning into the sensations of the body. Hopefully feeling a little bit more open, a little more connected. Moment of gratitude for your strap. And your strap really is just a symbol of support in your life that make things more accessible, easier, more pleasurable. Have a moment of gratitude for all of those supports. Allowing body to soften, face to soften, mind stays soft, stays still. And resting here. You stay as long as you'd like. For those of you who want to complete the practice, and slowly draw your knees in and over to your side, curling up, and gently pressing yourself to set. And let's end with 3 breaths together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. And one last time. Inhale, reach overhead. Palms join. Exhale, bring them into the heart. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.